Hey y'all, Chris with a K here. Welcome back to the Thoughts and Theories podcast. Just quick brief introduction. Please make sure you check out chrisative.com, spelled K to the R to the I to the S A-T-I-V-E. So K-R-I-S-A-T-I-V-E. So my name Chris with a K, and the word creative put together to make my website name. I came up with it at the spur of the moment, because I had to come up with a name. But anyways, the reason why you want to go there, because that actually leads you to all the platforms you can follow me on, as well as the very bottom tab on that page button that leads you to my merch store where I sell shirts, and also allows you to listen to this podcast, as well. So if you happen to like to see me and how I look and stuff like that, I do actually record this podcast most of the time on video and extract the audio to upload it to my podcast platform, so it gives people who probably don't have podcasts, don't have a cell phone, to listen to me from their computer, laptop, or tablet. But if you do have a cell phone, definitely when you go to chrisative.com, you can just click on that first tab and basically listen to me on various platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, which is the one I'm using. And with that, you're able to leave me messages, voice messages on Anchor app. It's a free podcast app. I recommend you download it and start your own one. Find out what you're passionate about and start a podcast. A great way to have good mental health, in my opinion. Also, as well as if you want to support me financially, love what I do, you want to see my face more, definitely I would love your financial support. Anchor has this option where you can literally donate like 99 cents a month to as much as you want. You can pay like a monthly subscription fee to just support the podcast you want, which be as low as 99 cents a month, which would be cool. If you want to do that, cool. If not, I still love you. But definitely follow me on my platforms, as well as like my material. And if you want to support me financially, you can donate monthly, or you can buy some of my merch from my merch store. Visit chrisative.com. All right, so today we're going to get into the podcast, and today we are talking about what went down last night, if that's the word. Well, last night, if you guys didn't already know, my favorite singer right now in my life, you probably guys never heard of him, but his name is Samoht. And you probably, what the heck did you just say, Chris? Samoht. It's spelled S-A-M-O-H-T. It's literally the name Thomas, but backwards. So Samoht, that's his name, or like give me some mo. Mo is like an Ebonics word for some mo, whatever. Anyways, like that. But anyways, he's amazing. This guy, his voice is literally like a vocal version of a saxophone. You ever met singers that their voice, you can just hear a cappella and it sounds like an instrument's playing? Well, this is that guy. This guy can not only sing very well, I'm talking about very well, because a lot of times we fall in love with some singers that are not probably famous, but we love them because their voice sounds good and they're good at singing certain cover songs. So if they go to perform, someone's like, sing that song you sung, the cover of such and such song and stuff like that. And then a lot of times when they come out with their very own material, their own music, their own song and stuff like that, their songs are like, all right, it's like, I don't really like it. So he's like, oh, go back to doing the covers, what we loved you for. So, the stuff that they use to represent them is not like good to the listener's ear, right? But this Samoht guy, oh my gosh. First of all, how I found this guy, it's this amazing show on YouTube. This is a guy named Terrell, T-E-R-R-E-L-L. And he has singers come on the show. A lot of singers that come maybe from singing competitions back up, but these singers are people that I'm talking about. When you hear these guys and ladies sing, they're way better than the mainstream artists there are now. These guys and ladies can sing they have a big range of songs they can sing from. They can hit the runs in the 9-yard. And these people, like, when you hear them sing, it's like, why isn't this person famous? Why isn't this person selling out arenas? Obviously that's not how the world works in music, people. Just because you have a good voice doesn't mean necessarily you're going to be out there. But like, a lot of these people are geniuses. They have their own material and stuff like that. But Samoht, he is one of the individuals that can not only sing from his bunch, but he has his own music, because this guy's been doing it for some while now. I think, he's from North Carolina. And his style, if I can like just summarize it up, this guy, his fashion sense, it's great. But he has a fashion sense that can only work on certain people. Like, the fashion sense is great, but it doesn't work on everybody because it's just that profound and outstanding. He's a mixture between like an African and a cowboy and a rock star. You know, so African because of, you know, obviously, you know, his jewelry influence, his headwear and stuff like that. Cowboy because, you know, he wears boots, cowboy hats. You know, he wears leather pants. Well, leather pants are really not cowboy and stuff like that. So like the boots and the hats are the cowboy influence. And the rock star is because this man wears leather. You know how you have to be to get away with leather? Leather is only something you wear if you are a superstar. I'm talking about Eddie Murphy, Kevin Hart, like Michael Jackson, Prince type of level. And this guy, in my opinion, musically, he's like on that level. He's that great. I mean, this man, I went to his concert last night. Oh my gosh, changed my life, you know. So this guy is amazing. He can sing real good in person. He sounds like his CD and better in person. You know, like, so he sounds great. And his music is his own style. He does not sound like anybody I ever heard in the history of Everdom. He is his own artist. He sounds like himself. You can't compare him to anybody else because he sounds like himself. Like, this guy is so gifted. He can take any song and make it a gospel song. Like, he'll sing the exact lyrics of the song but make it sound churchy and gospel, like, you know. And one of his sayings he would sing all last year, he still says today, is to God be the glory and stuff, you know, like that. I know he didn't coin that phrase, but like, that's something he always says and it's stuck in my head when he says it. So like, I think of him when I hear to God be the glory, right? And he says that, and he could just literally serenade a room with his voice. It's like a saxophone. This guy is amazing. He's real, he's down to earth, a genuine guy, pretty cool, amazing guy. His Instagram is funny. He's hilarious too. Low key, he's hilarious and it's natural. So basically, let me tell you about this concert that went down after I give the introduction of Samoht, my favorite singer, the most underrated singer on the planet, if you ask in my opinion. You know, cop his stuff. I think his website is samohtmusic.com or samoht.com. I'll leave it down in the description, whatever, you know. I'll leave it down if you're watching a YouTube video, or you can just hit me up on IG or any of my platforms and ask me how can I get in touch, you know, cop some of his music, his gear and stuff like that. But anyways, so last year I was delighted with the news of the fact that this man was not only on tour, which is cool, but he was on tour in my city. And I don't live in, like, I don't consider it a major city because the neighboring city is a major city, which is, if you see the red lights flashing, that's because I'm in front of a train track. It's a train stop, the train's about to come. But anyways, oh crap, I hope it's not like a long train. But anyways, well, if it is, it doesn't matter because I'm talking to you guys on podcast, so it actually works out my favor. All right, oh no, it's a tri-rail. Oh, it'll be gone. But anyways, he was actually doing a show in Fort Lauderdale, like, of all the places, because I live like right next to Miami. I'm like Miami's neighbor, you know, a major big city in the U.S., one of the top 4 major cities here in the country, in my opinion, right? But Fort Lauderdale, so it's like, oh my gosh, he's not in the neck of my woods. So it's this place called CNI Studios, which is an awesome, amazing place. They have a great setup. Like, their bar is like a library setup. And to get into, like, I guess the performance room, it's like a bookcase. The door is like a bookcase. Like, if you ever watch Batman, he has like the secret bookcase that opens up into a door. That's how the setup was, right? And it was amazing. It was cool. I loved it. I was like, this is a nice setup and stuff like that. So before I even get inside, I get there. The concert was supposed to start at 8 o'clock. It didn't start at 8 o'clock. It started about 8:30 because, you know, South Florida, black folks time and stuff like that. Funny, right? SoFlo time. SoFlo is an acronym for those who don't know about South Florida. It's an acronym for South Florida, SoFlo, which is a pretty good acronym. Not acronym, but pretty good slang word. I'm sorry. So I get here. Oh, okay, it's my oil change required light when I'm like, what the heck was that? But anyways, I'm driving for those who aren't looking at this video and is like wondering what am I referring to when I hear sounds or I see stuff. So if you do want to watch this on my YouTube channel, please visit chrisative.com and watch this on my YouTube channel and subscribe and hit the bell notification, all right? And share this actually podcast with people. So I get there 30 minutes before because it's like, I have no clue if he's gonna start on time. But never been to his concert, obviously, right? And then so I get there and I'm like asking around for parking, and I find a parking spot and I park in. I was like, oh, cool, I'm here. It doesn't look packed. I'm gonna get a good space. I'm pretty sure it's probably gonna be standing room. It's not like a seated venue, so it's gonna be standing, so I can move about around freely. I hope there's AC. I hope it's not gonna be hot. So I wear like this short sleeve, like dashiki type of shirt. I look like an African Indian, people. I was looking cool. I was creating my own style, stuff like that. But anyways, I pulled a park, and I parked next to this black Nissan. And then as I'm getting out, I step out my car, and I hear someone saying, "Oh, hey, excuse me, I'm in the right place." And I look over, the black Nissan, and window rolled down, and it was these two women in the car next to me. And they were very beautiful women. I'm not gonna lie. I met two queens yesterday. Not two women, but two queens, right? And they actually came down here from, like, they live by Orlando area. They came down here. So shout out to Tanya and Sherelle, their sisters and whatnot. You know, amazing, beautiful black women. And they came down here because literally they missed the Tampa show that happened the previous night, which was Friday, right? So this happened yesterday, right? And so I was like, you know what? Tanya originally is the one that fell in love with Samoht. She's a big Samoht fan. Came down. She brought Sherelle. Sherelle was really not that familiar with him, so they were like studying songs as he came down and stuff like that. So they came down because, like, there's no way we're gonna miss this Samoht concert. And obviously, I understand you don't want to come down here by yourself, so bring your sister, who's awesome too, right? So they came down here. So we started talking. I started talking about, like, my eating habits, my diet and stuff like that. And we were just talking. And I was like asking, "Are you guys here by yourself?" They're like, "Nah." Well, yes, we are. It's just us two. Because I assumed they lived down here or from Miami or something like that, but they weren't. They were from Orlando, like I said earlier. And then they was like, "Are you here by yourself?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm solo. You know, Batman life, bat life, right?" And it was like, "Well, if you want to hang with us, that's fine." I'm like, "Really? Super duper true, pretty cool." So, you know, it was just us three. We were a trio for the night. So we're hanging out. We were talking. We went in and stuff like that. And before the venue opened up inside of the studio, let's turn the lights here. It's kind of dark. The dark is creepy, right? So before the venue actually opened up, we were just hanging inside, chilling out and stuff like that. Yeah, I need more light. We were hanging out and stuff, and it was fun, right? We were sitting in the lounge, we were just talking about stuff, and then they started letting people into the venue, right? As we were going into the venue, they're taking the tickets and stuff. I already pre-ordered my ticket. We got there was a bar and stuff. You know, they got some drinks and stuff, and we noticed it was hot. Sherelle, you know, her sister noticed it was hot in there, so I was talking to the bartender. I was like, "Excuse me, Mr. Bartender, sir, do y'all got AC?" You know, that's what I've been asking, like, basically for all night. And he was like, "Yeah, we got it. Let's see if it's turned on." And he was just walking around to make sure it was on, it was working. And then long behold, like a couple minutes later, I realized there was like a house fan behind us because I felt like a breeze coming. I turned around, I instantly noticed there was a fan. So I was like, okay, yeah, their AC broke. If their AC was working, they would not put a house fan on. The only reason I put a house fan on because their AC broke, it ain't working. Oh, this is not good. So I was like, there's probably like maybe 40, 50 people in the venue, and the space, you know, can obviously fit more. So it's like, everybody who's supposed to be here is not here yet, man. If it's kind of hot here, it's going to be really hot during the concert because everybody's chilling, calm, and just settling in. But, you know, we talked, and as the night progressed on, you know, the concert started around like 8:31, 8:34. Remember, black time, you know, we ain't on time or nothing, but we make up for it with a good time. There was two opening acts before Samoht. One was this a performer with dreads. I think it was Dinah. Last name starts with E. I like her vibe. It's pretty cool and stuff. But the only thing I didn't like about maybe the tech, how it's set up, is that I can hear the person sing. That's like define, okay, can this person sing? Yes or no? But I couldn't really make out the words because I guess the audio was louder than I could make out, you know. But it was a good vibe. She had some good music. I started following her. Stuff like that. And then the next performer came up. He was like a singer rapper, but he was from down here. He was wearing all white, like he stepped fresh out of hood heaven. Had some Jordans. I think they had like they were like, I don't know, there was some nice Jordans and stuff. It was cool. He did like a song where he was literally like a reggae jazz type of singer vibe, but he rapped too, which is pretty cool, you know. So he had some songs which are pretty cool, you know. Yeah. So one of his songs, he was talking about strip club. He made like a strip club song. He's like, instead of making it rain on it, I'm gonna drown him. And then I translated that as my comedic self was saying, "Oh snap! Well, so he's not paying these women's bills. He's retiring them. He's straight retiring." Because think about it, when strippers get it rained on them, they're making a lot of money a night. But if they're getting drowned, oh my gosh, talk about retirement. That's a little joke I made up for myself. But anyways, as he got off, then Samoht came on. We were waiting for Samoht. Oh, the funny thing about it, the host who was hosting the event, it was so funny. You have like a hype man, the mic person, I forgot what they call him. He was on the mic and he was introducing everybody coming in and stuff like that. And he had no shame in his game. He was like, okay, we're ready for the band to come up. They come up and then he's like, oh, we're not ready. And usually when you hear that, the person who's like the, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the word. The person who's orchestrator, who's the mic, the MC, the introducer, whatever you call that person, usually it's like, oh, you're not ready? Well, that's fine. Let me talk about this. They'll go in something to kind of entertain us for the meantime. They become a spawn of the moment entertainer. But he was like, oh, for real, y'all ready? And then he turned around. He's like, what's up? And why y'all ready? Kind of in a sense. And then he turns around with his back towards the crowd. I'm like, oh, okay. It's not cool. You're not entertaining us or anything like that. It wasn't a big deal, but I just thought it was funny. Like, oh, for real, y'all ready? Okay, I wasn't trying to be up here to talk. I'm just up here to introduce it all, and that's it, and not trying to entertain in between, right? But other than that, Samoht came on. Samoht's taller than I thought. For some reason, I think everybody that looks normal height on Instagram is like my height. I'm like 5'6", but 5'7" with shoes, right? I'm not short. I'm just not tall. I'm like proportionally accurate to my body height ratio. True story. Take it or leave it. And then Samoht came on, and I'm telling you, this guy, oh my gosh, he's like, he's the type of guy to get women that can throw their undergarments at him, but at the same time say amen like they in church. That's how good. I don't know how he's able to do that, man, but he's good at it. And he's singing, and this man is good. He was just wearing this all black African like cowboy with jewelry, rock star, leather pants, leather jacket, get up. He was rocking. I couldn't probably get away with it, but he can, because he's just that great. And then when Tasha was with, she loves him, so she loved the fact he was there. I don't know if it was her first time seeing him, but she loved him and stuff like that. But he was getting it in, and oh my gosh, the concert knows like one of his songs. He had interweaved swag surfing with it, which was cool. I was like, oh wait, are we swag surfing? That was awesome. But it was way better than I expected. I expected the concert to be great, but it was like better than great. It was amazing. And then and then like after he was done, he literally walked. I was like, dang, he's really that busy, man. He just walked off. He was like a robot. But I wasn't looking at the situation. He was going to get set up for the meet and greet, because I thought the meet and greet was before. It turns out it was after. So I got a chance to do the meet and greet, and we met him. We were talking, and like shout out to Sherelle, because she's a very involving, kind, cool person, woman and stuff. So she's very easy to get along with, very sociable and friendly girl. So she was talking to his manager. His name is Frank. I think it's not Frank. I think it's Quincy. Whatever your name is, Samoht's a manager. You're an amazing guy, cool guy. Got to talk to him. Got to have deep conversation with people. And then I met Samoht, which is pretty cool, which was awesome, which is like icing on the cake and stuff like that. And one thing Samoht told me that stood out, because this is what I realized. When you go, a lot of times we have people, celebrities we're into. A lot of times we look at them as our form of entertainment, which is true, but we forget that they're human. And then like, so we do meet and greets. It's always about, oh, could you take this picture of me? Can you do this? Can you sign this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you say hi to my mom? It's always about in the form of, we appreciate them, but it's an appreciation from a taking aspect. Can you take? Can you give me this? Take. Give to me, but take from me, right? So I was like, you know what? You should ask him something that's giving. That's not asking anything of him, but like give him opportunity to receive. So I literally just asked probably like the most important question of the night, which is, honestly, man, how are you doing? How is everything? I'm just asking how are you dealing with everything? He's like, man, I'm doing good. I'm glad. Thank you for asking that. And I was like, the one thing he learned is that how to protect his peace. Oh my gosh, that hit me hard, because he talked about how to protect your peace. Because a lot of people don't have peace because they put their peace in things that are external, that are, material things, or people and stuff like that, instead of realizing everything we already need is already on the inside of us. So when he said that, I was like, wow, that blew me away. But it was great meeting him and stuff like that. Gave me some ideas of what I should do for Halloween and stuff like that, or some cool creative ideas I want to do. Make videos to put on YouTube, maybe YouTube, and Instagram and stuff like that, which is fun. So yeah, other than that, we left. So me, Sherelle, Tanya left. We were just hanging outside talking and stuff. And these women are very, very cool and amazing. They're beautiful, amazing. Their sisters came down here, and it makes me realize, like, how many amazing people you can miss out on in life because you're just so about getting your end of the deal and getting what you want out of it instead of realizing there's people here and I should probably get to know them, man, because I can like learn something. I can make a bond, a friendship. I could be reminded that I'm not the only person in the world that thinks like this, or I'm not alone, or have somebody appreciate me and stuff like that. So I really appreciate them for coming down, because if Sherelle never rolled down the window and was like, oh, is this what a concert at? And stuff like that's the friendly, inviting, open side of her, I probably would have missed out on one of the best opportunities so far this year that's happened to me. So I appreciate them and thank them so much. Yeah, they're amazing women. So they end up driving back up and they got home safe. And I enjoyed the experience because Samoht, his music is like a vibe type of music. It's like a whole his music is a mood, because he sounds like nobody but himself, and his music is a mood. This man is so awesome. Like this on my Spotify, I only create playlists for people that are like, yo, I can listen to them every day. And a person I create a Spotify playlist for is Michael Jackson, which is a gimme, right? Jonathan McReynolds, which I created probably like 2 years ago, and then Samoht's the third. I haven't created a playlist for no one else. No single artist yet. Not as much as I love Usher, I haven't created one from him. So this is how amazing this guy is. So just throwing that out. You guys need to check him out. Samoht, spelled Samoht, Thomas backwards. He is an amazing guy, and I guarantee he will not disappoint you. He can sing, can perform. Follow him on Instagram. He's great, and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's what I want to share with you guys. He is true artwork. He's a true artist. That's art. He is using his God-given gift to influence and impact people's lives positively. Okay? And that's honestly just all I want to share with you guys with this podcast about the Samoht concert. Check him out, man. This podcast probably been a whole promo, a whole advertisement advocating, yo, you missing out on music. If you like music and want to hear good music, you're missing out on it if you haven't heard of Samoht. It's just he's that amazing that I had to make a podcast specifically just talking about this guy. You can check him out on the Terrell Show too on YouTube. So type Terrell, Terrell, then Samoht, Samoht, just Thomas backwards. And he has 2 episodes on there. So you'll see his whole get up. You'll see a black guy wearing a cowboy hat. If you see him wearing a cowboy hat and the blue backdrop, and another guy to his left wearing a hat, but it's backwards with glasses, that's the right video. You will fall in love like I did with his music. This guy is a gift from heaven, from God Almighty, from the universe itself, right? From reality itself. So yes, I want to share that with you guys. So please, definitely make sure you just go to chrisative.com, follow me on all my platforms, subscribe to them, like the videos, comment on the videos if you can, depending on what platform you is, subscribe, hit the bell notification, share it, share my podcast, because this might be able to impact and enlighten some other people, because that's the point of my podcast, is to be me, but showing the world what being me is, and inviting people to be themselves too, and to relate and be a part of a community that's bigger than themselves, right? That's the goal of this podcast, to love everybody, to invite everybody with open arms. So yeah, share this. It will mean a lot to me. I appreciate it. And if you want to go the extra step, support me financially, I have a shirt store. If you go to chrisative.com, scroll to the bottom, I have a shirt store, as well as you can support me on the Anchor podcast, which is completely free, which will be on chrisative.com. Just go to the first tab, it says listen, and it'll give you the option to listen to the podcast that you're hearing now on Anchor, because I upload this audio to Anchor. It's a cool way to make a podcast, right? So yes, if you have any questions, any thoughts, anything like that, please leave me a message. Even if you had nothing to really comment on about this podcast, but you want somebody to vent and talk to, that's what I'm here for too. So please leave a comment, DM me, leave me a voice message, whatever the case be. I would love to hear your voice from you. I would love to hear from you and hear your voice is what I'm trying to say. All right, so that's it. I'm out this piece. I'm about to go to watch the Packers versus, who are they playing at the Seahawks game? Go Pack, go. All right, I'm out of this piece like last year. Until next time, folks, stay awesome, stay you. Peace.